Today, we're focusing on the essential elements of digital advertising, effective lead generation, and understanding the future landscape of marketing.
How I always like to approach that conversation when a business owner is looking to hire an agency, the one thing I like to frame is that everyone has biases. So, what I mean by that is if you approach a social media agency and you go to them with your business objectives, your business problems, they're going to try to solve that with what they know, what their experience is in, which is social media.
Now, let's dive into how pivoting during tough times can lead to growth and new opportunities because really adapting to unexpected challenges is a key part of entrepreneurship, and pivoting quickly can be a powerful tool for resilience in times of crisis.
So I was at the time working for a concert venue. So king of overhead. You're talking about overhead. We had two different theaters. We had an art gallery, and we did about 300 events a year. COVID hit around March. We had half of those ticketed. We're collecting ticket sales. Now we have to shut down. Now we're talking about refunds. So money's going out the door. Costs are still the same.
If you are looking to boost your online visibility and convert more leads into customers, then remember that strategic digital market advertising and compelling lead magnets are crucial for capturing attention and driving growth. Hi everyone, this is Maheen and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast, where we delve into the dynamic world of marketing and strategy that drives business growth. Today, we're focusing on the essential elements of digital advertising, effective lead generation, and understanding the future landscape of marketing. Now, recent trends they highlight the increasing complexity of online advertising platforms and the crucial need for businesses to convert prospects into customers efficiently. And this discussion it will provide valuable insights for entrepreneurs that are seeking to enhance their digital presence and achieve measurable results. And to discuss that, joining us is Jared Jylha, the Senior Account Director at the Full Service Marketing Agency, with extensive experience in strategic planning, digital advertising, and content creation. Jared helps clients grow their digital presence and achieve their marketing goals. And today, we'll discuss the digital advertising, lead magnets, and the future of marketing. Without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Jared. Jared, we're very pleased to have you on the show today. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. So excited to be here. And that was an amazing introduction.
Thank you.
And I hope I can live up to that and excited to provide some value to your listeners today.
Very pleased to have you with us. Jared, let's begin by really understanding digital advertising because digital advertising, as we know it, is a fast evolving field, but many they still have misconceptions about its scope and effectiveness. Please tell us a bit about your business. What services do you provide, and who are the primary clients that you serve? Like in the context of your services, what is that common misconception that people have about digital advertising, and what do they often get wrong?
Yeah, I love that. So let me start. I'll start at the first question you have there. So, well-known marketing. We're a full-time or full-service marketing agency. So that means we don't just specialize in one vertical or one channel. You know, we do it all, and we do it all well. Our clients obviously are involved in a lot of different industries. So there's diversity within our clients that we serve. So that helps us be kind of recession-proof or kind of pandemic proof given I know we'll talk about that a little bit. How I always like to approach that conversation when a business owner is looking to hire an agency, the one thing I like to frame is that everyone has biases.
Mm-hmm.
So in what I mean by that is if you approach a social media agency and you go to them with your business objectives, your business problems, they're going to try to solve that with what they know, what their experience is in, which is social media. So what we do, since we're full service, is a little bit different. We sit down, we listen to your problems, your objectives. We do the research, which is basically collecting data, analyzing the data, and then pulling out some insights. So I can give a couple examples of that. But then we build the marketing plan. So we're not going to push social media marketing on you if that's not right for your business. So even with me saying that, ironically, I'm a little bit biased because I'm a full service marketing agency.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would recommend. And a common misconception with marketing is that I was having a conversation this week with a business owner, and they basically are like, marketing, I don't need new customers. I don't need new clients. I'm maxed out.
Mm.
So kind of how I framed it was, you know what, marketing is much more than just finding new revenue streams. It's also, um, you know, recruitment campaigns to get more staff. It can be internal communications to build company culture. So marketing, the span of it is much bigger, and you need to inform your marketing team your objectives for the business, where you want to move it,
Right.
what you need, and they can develop that plan accordingly.
Definitely. No, that's a very clear overview of your comprehensive services, and it's important to set the record straight on common misconceptions, especially in such a fast evolving field. Now, let's dive into how businesses can attract high quality prospects using effective tools like lead magnets. You highlight the importance of lead magnets very clearly, but tell us, Jared, what exactly is a lead magnet, and how can businesses effectively use them to attract high quality prospects and nurture them through their sales funnels?
Yes. So I love lead magnets. The word is kind of self-explanatory in a sense where you're trying to pull leads, right? Start at the top. What lead magnets are is they're part of a acquisition strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I sit down with the business owner, I like to talk about their revenue streams in three buckets. First bucket being acquisition, the next bucket being retention,
Mm-hmm.
retaining existing clients, and the next one being upselling. So if you're listening to this right now and you're a business owner, think about, are you filling each one of those buckets and which one you want to prioritize. So in terms of particular verticals, if you are, you know, a fast moving e-commerce business, potentially selling, I don't know, dog food, coffee, whatever it is, something where people are purchasing it on a frequent basis, you really need to think about retention, right? You need to retain those clients. You need to be speaking with them. Those touch points need to be frequent. But if you are, you know, a real estate agent or automotive business, that's when you really need to be thinking about acquisition to fill your funnel, right?
Mm.
Because how often do people buy a house? You know, every 15 years potentially, right? Maybe 5. Um, so lead magnets are really important for businesses that are focused on acquisition and in those particular verticals. So how I like to kind of, it's a simple explanation, but a lead magnet is can be a freebie, so a giveaway of some kind. It can also be a resource or a guide,
Mm-hmm.
something where people can download. And another one that's pretty common is a discount, right? So essentially, you are giving them something, and in return, you're getting their contact information.
Right.
So for how I like to frame it too is each one of those need a landing page. Each one of those need to have kind of a nurturing strategy after the fact. So the three main components of the acquisition strategy, to simplify it, is freebies, giveaways. It is also resources and guides, and then it's also discounts.
Mm.
So with the giveaways, there could be a lot of different things you could do, but all three of those strategies, tactics, need to be relevant to your business. So if you're a dental practitioner, your giveaway needs to be either a free dental exam or something along the lines that is pulling in people that are interested in purchasing or becoming a new client at your practice.
Mm-hmm.
For a resource, a quick example could be maybe you have a review on top products that people could buy over the counter that improve their dental hygiene. That way, and then the discounts could be like a first client's 10% off, right? I don't love the discounts because people fall in love with them. They
Mm-hmm.
expect them. Uh, the giveaways are really good because you're going to get a lot of people interested. But what's important too is each one of those components, each one of those tactics, your follow up, your nurturing strategy needs to be a bit different.
Right.
So with the giveaway, you need to kind of be a little bit more careful when you're interacting with them after. They don't necessarily want your product. They just wanted the free thing, right? Whatever that was. So you need to engage with them slowly. Think of it almost as like a skittish dog, right? So you want to talk to them and bring them in, build the trust with them, but slowly. If you go too fast, you're going to scare them away. With a resource or guide, there's some purchasing intent there. With the guide, you're establishing authority. People are recognizing that you're an expert in your field. Looking through your ideas, are like, wow, we really like these. So you can be a little bit more forward with them in terms of their nurturing strategy. And then the discounts, you can definitely, if they signed up their email, they get a 10% code off. You'd be like, hey, look, your next messaging, your next touch point, you'd be, hey, look, your code's about to expire. Purchase now. So you can be a bit more direct. So those are the three kind of components of a lead magnet. Very powerful tool for client acquisition. Definitely need to be weaved into your strategy if client acquisition is something you need in your business.
Well, that's a very practical strategy for pretty much any business that is looking to expand its customer base. And it sounds like a well-designed magnet can be incredibly powerful for lead generation. Listeners, if you are looking to boost your online visibility and convert more leads into customers, then remember that strategic digital marketing advertising and compelling lead magnets are crucial for capturing attention and driving growth. Now let's get back to our conversation with Jared and explore the future of marketing. Now that we've covered the importance of lead magnets in attracting quality prospects, Jared, let's look ahead to how emerging trends like AI are shaping the future of marketing. Because as tech continues to evolve, the marketing landscape is rapidly transforming. And looking ahead, where do you see the future of marketing going, specifically or especially with advancements in technology like AI and shifts in consumer behavior? Like, what are the key trends that businesses should be aware of to stay ahead? And
I love that question. And you could go in so many different directions. I'll park the AI one. I think people are talking about AI in nauseum almost right now. So I think one insight is we live in this world where people are talking about attention span, right? And that's what marketing is. Marketing is attention. So we live in this world where it's dominated by 8 seconds. That's what everyone's saying. You know, the TikTok, Instagram, the reels, social media, we're just getting bombarded with so much information that's short form content. Now, the way I look at it, the saying I have is short form content is clicks, right? Clicks are important. You need clicks, but long form content builds connection. So that's something that I see, you know, if you want to win in 2026, 2025, you want to win right now, start considering a long form content strategy. Both can work in tandem. But if you look at it like podcasts like this, right? People are engaging with podcasts. People are engaging with YouTube videos, audiobooks. So long form content's not dead. You know, it's just, you need to do it well. Maybe you have, some short form content to drive you to that long form content. But if you want to build a connection with your audience, you got to do it in a long form way.
Right. No, it's a very forward-looking perspective, Jared, and it's clear that adaptability and continuous learning, they're both essential for success in this dynamic landscape. Jared shared some great insights into the evolving future of marketing, especially with the role of AI in shifting consumer behaviors. Let's take a quick break here, and when we return, we'll dive into how pivoting during tough times can lead to growth and new opportunities.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah? Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep. That's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back. Now let's explore how adapting to challenges and pivoting quickly can open doors to new opportunities and foster resilience in the ever-changing marketing landscape. Now let's dive into how pivoting during tough times can lead to growth and new opportunities, because really adapting to unexpected challenges is a key part of entrepreneurship, and pivoting quickly can be a powerful tool for resilience in times of crisis. You shared a personal story about how COVID-19 impacted your career, forcing you to pivot from events and promotions to building digital programs from scratch. Jerry, can you please kind of elaborate on what that experience was and what it taught you about resilience and resourcefulness under pressure?
Yeah, COVID was hard. It was
Mm.
hard for a lot of people. I'm definitely not alone in that, and hard in a lot of different ways. But yeah, so I was at the time working for a concert venue.
Mhm.
So king of overhead, right? You're talking about overhead. We had two different theaters. We had an art gallery, and we did about 300 events a year.
Wow.
So COVID hit around March. We had half of those ticketed. We're collecting ticket sales. Now we have to shut down. Now we're talking about refunds. Right?
Mhm.
So money's going out the door. Costs are still the same. So we needed to think quickly. So what we did, we were lucky in a sense where we had diversity in our product offerings. So what we had was not just concerts and theaters and plays. We also had community programming. So this community programming, uh, we were able to transition it to a digital medium quite easily. And thank you to our partners and our amazing team. At the time, we were partnered with Rogers. Rogers, I'll give you a shout out in Midland. So thank you for that. But so thankfully, we were able to pivot. And instead of looking at ticket sales, we then needed to focus on sponsorship,
Mhm.
right? So to attend the event online was free, but we were trying to get as many people zooming in and watching the program, and then just focus on collecting sponsorship for those programs.
Right.
So it was a challenging time, but I think the biggest takeaway is that you need to be adaptable.
Mhm.
You need to be thinking about, you know, diversity in your business. And it might sound weird coming from a marketer saying you need to diversify your business, but you need to diversify the business, but you segment your product offerings.
Mm.
So in terms of those, we had three different types of community programming. One was entertainment. So we were able to focus on entertainment that was for different demographics, different age groups. One was educational. Again, different demographics, age groups. And the other one was more about politics,
Right.
informing people about what's going on in the world.
Mhm.
So if there was one takeaway, it's all about diversifying your business and trying to be recession proof and planning ahead.
Right. No, that's a truly inspiring story of adapting to unexpected challenges and finding new strengths. And many entrepreneurs, they can relate to the need for rapid pivots and building from the ground up. Now, let's shift to how ongoing growth, Jared, and evolution play a role in the marketing industry, because you recently earned your CMA designation, calling it a badge of curiosity and humility and drive. Please tell us, how does continuous evolution and learning factor into staying competitive in the market industry, and what advice do you have for others that are committed to evolving in their fields?
If you stop learning, you start losing. So you need to continue to educate, stay aware of what's going on, especially in the marketing industry. Like if there's any marketers out there listening, as you guys probably know, if you're not already, there's things that are changing so rapidly. You need to be an expert in the political sphere, the economic sphere, the cultural sphere. You need to know all these things, and platforms are changing, algorithms are changing.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to constantly learn. So stay humble, stay hungry, continue to learn. And I know this is not a wellness thing, but you need to take care of yourself too. So, making sure you're getting your sleep, make sure you're eating right, you're exercising, doing all those things, just showing up the best you can every day, and continuing to learn, continue to stay curious, and not settling.
No, that's a very great perspective on professional development, and it reinforces that lifelong learning is not just about certifications, but it's about a commitment to continuous improvement. This has been a very great conversation with you, Jared, and we are very grateful for that. As we wrap up, let's kind of summarize, some key points for our listeners. What would be your key takeaways from this conversation today? And what final piece of advice do you have for businesses that are looking to enhance their digital presence and grow their brand?
Yeah. Whenever you're approaching an agency, make sure that you let them know your objectives. So marketing initiatives can't happen unless they know your objectives. So marketing business objectives feed marketing initiatives. If you don't go with a full service agency, I won't be upset, but definitely look into and make sure that they're doing the research. If they don't, that's a red flag. Make sure that you diversify your business. I think that's a really good one. That's what we have now at our
Right.
agency. That's what we learned during COVID, or I learned during COVID. If you stop learning, you start losing.
Absolutely.
And yeah, if anybody has any questions, feel free to message me on LinkedIn, Jared Jylha, or send me an email at Jared, Jared, at wellknowncompany.com. First question's free. The next one I might have to charge, though.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, Jared, for your expertise and your insights with us today. Your practical advice and your compelling journey, they're both truly valuable for our listeners. And we really appreciate the time that you took to join us. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
And that was an insightful conversation with Jared Jylha, the Senior Account Director on Mastering Digital Advertising, Leveraging Lead Magnets for Growth, and Understanding the Future of Marketing. His experience provides valuable guidance for businesses that are looking to enhance their digital footprint and achieve measurable results. Again, thank you for tuning into the podcast. We really appreciate your continued support. Please be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. You can also visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for valuable information and tools. Special shout out to our partners, RBC, UPS, A1 Global College, and Google for their ongoing commitment to empowering Canadian small businesses. Until next time, keep innovating and striving for success. We'll see you in the next episode.